Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, February 29th, leap year. And you can see winter weather advisories across much of southwest lower Michigan for about 3 to 6 inches of snow. I think the heaviest snow is going to be a band across south central lower Michigan, basically from around the Grand Rapids area or towards Marlette, Brown City. And I think that's the best area. However, one thing we're going to have to really watch is this area across southern lower Michigan where I've got 1 to 4 inches. And these are my forecasted snowfall totals. If the Canadian and the Japanese models are correct, then we might have to add 4 inches to this number across southeast lower Michigan, where they could see 5 to 8 inches of snow. But again, until we see things kind of unfold a little bit, I think this is the best bet for where the snowfall is. But again, I'm hedging my bet here across southeast lower Michigan by adding the chance that there is a chance for significantly more snow, and we'll update that around noon hour as some of the newer models come in. We'll see that where that low pressure system is actually tracking. You can see temperatures out there this morning pretty mild in the upper 20s to low 30s. And if you take a look at the greater Great Lakes area, you can see temperatures pretty uniform with lots of clouds. You can see our winds are primarily out of the west and northwest after that cold front moved through yesterday, and they'll be backing around out ahead of that low pressure system that'll be dropping down from the plains into the Ohio Valley. And again, depending on how close that low gets, we could see more in the way of snowfall. Could even be some freezing rain across far southern lower Michigan. If we take a look at the national radar, you can see the area of rain that moved through last night with a few wet snowflakes on the backside, and the end of it has now moved well off to the east. You can see a disturbance moving down from the northern Midwest, but our main energy is now coming in from the Dakotas, and that's going to be dropping down into the Ohio Valley and then moving to the northeast. And again, whether it tracks over the southern Ohio area or central Ohio could have a significant impact on how much snow and whether or not some areas get freezing rain. You can see this is not going to be a powerful storm, but it is going to be a formidable one. As that low tomorrow drops down into Missouri, it'll then be heading up that front. And again, wherever this front is, where that low will track. And again, if it's a little bit closer towards central Ohio, then we could see more in the way of the MAC locations picking up a little bit more in the way of heavy snow. Again, right now it's a pretty good bet, about 2 to 4 inches across much of the area, with that heavier band just off to the south towards the Lansing, Charlotte area or towards Brown City and Marlette. You can see by the day on Wednesday, that low pressure system now moving into Ohio off to the northeast. That'll take the heavy snow away, especially as the morning progresses. But during the morning hour, we can still see a band of pretty good snow across south central and southeast lower Michigan. And if we look at some of the computer models, this is the GFS showing much of the MAC area picking up about 3 to 5 inches of snow, 3 to 6 inches of snow. And again, if we look at the Canadian model, you can see what it's trying to do is put a very heavy band of snow, about 6 to 10, 6 to 12 inches across far southern lower Michigan. And I can't totally rule that out with that low pressure system tracking across south central Ohio. That would put southeast lower Michigan in a pretty good area to pick up moderate to very heavy snow across localized areas. And you can see much of the rest of the area still in that 3 to 5, 3 to 6 inch range. So we're going to watch to see if the Canadian scores the upset win here over the other models. It is to be noted that the European model places the heaviest snow from around Grand Rapids to Saginaw Bay, but only around 3 to 4 inches. So again, the Canadian much more aggressive on heavy snow across southern lower Michigan. We'll see how that works out. And as far as the Japanese model, you can see it lends some support to that Canadian model with about 7 to 8 tenths of an inch of moisture, which would be about 7 or 8 inches of snow across southeast lower Michigan. So it's kind of in between the GFS and the Canadian model as far as where the precipitation amounts would support heavier snow. Again, it looks like southeast lower Michigan would be the area if we're going to find heavy snow. That's where it should end up, with much of the northern parts of the area, mainly just light to moderate snow. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.